You may resume your seats. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Honorable Chief Guest, Governor Balochistan, Justice Retired Amanullah Yasin Zai, Vice Chancellor Butums, Ministers, Deans, Directors, Dignitaries, Guests, and Butums family. On behalf of Butums, the team of Quetta Literary Festival, and Asia Peace Film Festival, I, Aqsa Mariam, the Director of Communications, would like to welcome you all to the inaugural of Quetta Literary Festival and Asia Peace Film Festival 2019. Before formally commencing the ceremony, I would like to invite Mr. Ali from BSIR to recite a few verses from the Holy Quran. Mr. Ali.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولله ملك السماوات والأرض والله على كل شيء قدير إن في خلق السماوات والأرض واختلاف الليل والنهار لآيات لأولي الألباب الذين يذكرون الله قياما وقعودا وعلى جنوبهم ويتفكرون في خلق السماوات والأرض ربنا ما خلقت هذا باطلا سبحانك فقنا عذاب النار صدق الله العلي العظيم
Jazakallah. It is said that challenging times give birth to great art, literature, and leadership. The axiom holds all the more water for a region like Quetta, which has had a hard time but stood its ground. The difficult terrain and an even more difficult age have given the city monumental reservoirs of wisdom and a knack for art and literature. The beautiful culture that takes its roots from the organic richness of the soil and the sagacious mountains translates to an ecstatic celebration of aesthetics. Keeping in view the traditional affiliation of the province in general and the city in particular, Butums initiated the project of Quetta Literary Festival in 2018. This year we are bringing you the second edition of this festival. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure to announce that the inaugural of QLF 19 and APFF 19 also coincide with the inaugural of this grand auditorium. We are very thankful to the ex-speaker, Balochistan Assembly, Ms. Rahila Durrani, and CNW Balochistan for funding the construction of this beautiful hall. The purpose of Quetta Literary Festival is twofold. It is to bring the intelligentsia from the city and the country on the same platform to share intellectual, artistic, and loftier notions on the subjects of all interest, and to challenge the overall perception about the city in popular imagination. We are making a dent, and it is visible. Last year, the response was phenomenal. Although the festival could not gain much traction in the electronic media, but the print media and the people of Quetta took the festival as a breath of fresh air. And it is absolutely crucial to acknowledge that the festival could never graduate from a dream to reality without the support of our sponsors. The organizations that invested in us are the Government of Balochistan, Quetta Serena Hotel, Defense Housing Authority Quetta, USEFP, UNESCO, Oxford University Press, and UFON. Although the sweat and fret of the team working for the festival cannot be matched, you have no idea how hard the Butums family has been working for this event. But the support shown by these organizations has fueled the possibilities. The Quetta Literary Festival is a means to bring people together, and the energy infused in the event has attracted similar ventures. This year, Asia Peace Film Festival has joined hands with us and brought the first ever Asia Peace Film Festival Quetta chapter. Asia Peace Film Festival is a multi-country consortium of more than a dozen film entities from Asian countries including Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Portugal, Iran, Iraq, Turkey, Indonesia, Malaysia, South Korea, Japan, China, and Singapore. APFF is conceived to nurture film as a creative medium to promote intercultural dialogue, communal cross-learning, reconciliatory recollections, conflict mediation, and peaceful coexistence in the Asian region. Asia Peace Film Festival Quetta Edition 2019 is dedicated to celebrate the creative and diverse credentials of Quetta, recognizing the city's placement as a cultural kaleidoscope of Balochistan. Being a proud custodian of 9,000 years old Neolithic Mehrgar civilization, Balochistan's premier art of storytelling remains one of the highly acclaimed modes of creative expression, which makes storytelling a literary and musical genre, as well as cultural and entertainment event for the people at large. Narsur, which is flute and tune, has been recognized as a unique musical genre embedded in Balochistan's tradition of oral transmission of history. Balochistan is also famous for handicrafts. Moreover, the high altitude of the city of Quetta, the reputation of the city as the fruit basket of Balochistan, they all give Quetta an inimitable point of creative convergence and a true melting point of diverse cultures of the province and the country. To strengthen the plural, diverse, and inclusive identity of Quetta, APFF would be bringing together a large number of filmmakers, artists, animators, performers, media wizards, parliamentarians, academics, peaks activists, and dynamic students of cinematography from all over the country and across Asia. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite Ms. Noor Nasreen to express her expectations from this festival. Ms. Noor Nasreen is our international delegate from USA. She is the producer of the famous, very well-known comedy show, which is a satirical take on journalism, which is Patriot Act. Ms. Noor Nasreen.
Thank you so much for inviting me to this amazing gathering of people from across Balochistan and Pakistan. I'm from New York City. There I work for a Netflix program called Patriot Act with Hassan Minhaj. Hassan Minhaj is one of the first Indian American Muslim hosts of a late night of a talk show in the United States. And it's a show that has been well known around the world for a number of controversial topics. We recently got banned from Saudi Arabia. Our episode on Saudi Prince Mohammed bin Salman was fairly controversial, and it sort of led to a lot of coverage around the world. But a festival like this is a great opportunity for us to talk about satire and comedy and the limits of that comedy around the world, and especially in Pakistan. And I think learning from a show, working for a show on Netflix, has sort of put us in the crosshairs of a lot of countries and their laws, and it's and sort of helped us see like where are the limits of freedom of speech around the world. And I've been living in New York for the past 2 years, working on this program. And over there in New York, I'm a Pakistani. I've sort of been lumped into this place where I'm considered a South Asian. But coming back to Pakistan and seeing just the diversity within Pakistan, how we're more than just Pakistani, we're Balochi, we're Pashtun, we're Punjabi. There's so much diversity in languages, in backgrounds. And I've seen that coming to Quetta for the first time in my life, and it's just been an absolutely amazing learning experience. So my hope is that we can talk about about expression, about art, and about especially comedy in my experience, and also I can learn from you, and hopefully I can impart some experience telling stories around the world and stories from other countries and how we've been received in other countries. And thank you so much for having me, and I'm very excited for this.
Memorable times from here. Now I'd like to call Mr. Amir Massoudi to express his views about what he expects from his experience at Harvard.
Hello, thank you so much. I'm always happy to be in Pakistan. This is my first time, and it's my first time in Kuwait. I'm quite excited, and yes, I don't know if you know, but a few years ago there is both found in Balochistan in Iran, which there was some painting on it, and it's considered as a first animation in the world, which is found in Balochistan. So it's a really important place. Balochistan is the place that the first animation ever made. So it should be a really important location. But unfortunately, we didn't see much products from cinema or animation from this part of the world, Pakistan, and specifically from Balochistan. I'm really excited to see films from this region, to be here, and yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Salim. I hope you're going to take good memories to Iraq. Now I'd like to call Mr. Suat Koser, who is from Turkey, and he would be accompanied by our translator, Ms. Inauguration.
Selamünaleyküm. Öncelikle çok teşekkür ediyorum bu güzel davet için. Pakistan'da olmak, Pakistanlı sinema severlerin ve insanların karşısında olmak benim için çok büyük bir keyif.
Hello everyone. First of all, I want to thank you all for inviting me here. Being in Pakistan, being in this cultured country is very honored for me.
Ben hayatta tesadüflere inanmıyorum. Tesadüf diye bir şey yoktur bence. Her şey çok önceden büyük bir güç tarafından kurgulanmış ve planlanmıştır diye düşünüyorum.
I don't believe in coincidences. I think everything is planned in this world by a huge force that is governing this world.
Sevgili Mesut festivalle ilgili olarak ilk davette bulunduğunda ben aslında çok yoğun bir koşturmacanın gündemin içerisindeydim. Fakat Pakistan'a gelmeyi gerçekten çok istiyordum.
Okay. When I first got invitation from Sir Masood, I was very busy at the moment, but I really wanted to come to Pakistan, so that's why I accepted this invitation.
Evet, bu benim Pakistan'a ilk gelişim. Belki binlerce kilometre öteye gelmiş olabilirim ama birazcık farklılıklar olsa da kendimi şu an Türkiye'nin herhangi bir şehrindeymiş gibi hissediyorum.
Okay. This is my first time I'm here in Pakistan. It's very far away from Turkey, but I don't feel very different here. It's just like if I'm in some city of Turkey right now.
Thank you. Thank you. Sanatın birçok işlevi var bence, özellikle sinemanın. Fakat bence en önemli işlevlerinden birisi insanları bir araya getirmesi ve büyük bir iletişim ağı kurabilmesi.
Okay, there are so many different aspects of arts, but I think one of them is bringing people together.
Bu yüzden ben kendi adıma eğer bu bir tesadüf değilse, buraya gelişim bir tesadüf değilse, bunun bir takım güzel şeylerin başlangıcı olması gerektiğini düşünüyorum benim açımdan. Umarım burada böyle bir ortam bulurum Türkiye için ve Pakistan'da sinemayla ilgili şeyleri Türkiye'deki muadilleriyle karşılaştırma adına güzel bir vesile olur, bir çalışma olur.
And if this isn't a coincidence that I am here, I think I would take a lot from here to Turkey and will form a bridge between Turkey and Pakistan's art. And I think it would be a very good start from here.
Malatya Türkiye'de önemli bir festival, büyük bir festival ve ben umarım burada olduğum birkaç gün içerisinde Pakistan'la Türkiye arasında sinemayla alakalı bir şeylerin oluşabilmesini sağlayabilirim belki.
Malatya International Film Festival is a very huge festival in Turkey, and I think I'll take a lot from here to take back there, and I think we'll form connections with Pakistani cinema to Turkish cinema, and I think it will work.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Qasser from the land of Byzantine Empire and Yunus Emre. Thank you very much. Now I would like to call Dr. Faisal Ahmed, Pro Vice Chancellor Butons, and the focal lead of Quetta Literary Festival Steering Committee for a vote of thanks.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Honorable Chancellor Butons, Governor Balochistan, Justice Retired Amanullah Khan Yasin Zai, Honorable Vice Chancellor Butons, Ahmed Farooq Bazai, our dear guests, colleagues, members of the QLF team and the Butons family. I feel privileged and honored to be part of the team that recognizes the cultural values of our people and aims to restore hope in the society. We initiated Quetta Literary Festival because we understand that as a university, our prime contribution is not only the academic and professional growth of the youth of our province, but also to create spaces for dialogue and intellectual growth. This year, Quetta Literary Festival turns 2, and it is quite refreshing considering that we took a very humble start with a book fair, and now it has grown into a huge fanfare of Quetta Literary Festival. The festivity created through the festival is also important because this event comes from within the city of Quetta for the people of Quetta and Balochistan. We have every reason to believe that the resilience of the people living in the city is a force that creates hope and spreads optimism. And there are times when we need to lay off the burdens on our shoulders and appreciate the beauty that surrounds us. Our people take this sense of strength from our mountains and the echoes of our ancestors. So in a way, we are paying tribute to the terrain and soul of our land. My expectations from these events are high because not only are we providing a shared platform for the national and international guests, we are projecting the serene vibes of our city outside. I do expect that apart from being informative, the event sessions will be highly entertaining. This is a step towards nation building. This is a step towards promoting a modern day civilization with a unique and quite unique features. In the end, I would like to congratulate the entire Quetta Literary Festival. And believe me, there are hundreds of people working in the team behind scenes, hundreds of them. And the team have outdone themselves this time. I am grateful to Asia Peace Film Festivals to be part of the program this year. I would like to thank our sponsors for supporting us in making this event possible. I thank you all again, and I wish you a very fascinating experience at the Quetta Literary Festival, Pakistan, Paindabad.
Thank you, sir. I would like to call our Chief Guest, Governor Balochistan, Justice Retired Amanullah Yasinzai, to say a few words. Ladies and gentlemen, our Chief Guest.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Vice Chancellor Butums, Mr. Ahmed Farooq Bazai, dignitaries, guests from friendly countries, members of the Quetta Literary Festival team, members of Asia Peace Film Festival team, and Butums family. Assalamu alaikum. The mark of a civilized nation is not the infrastructural development, but the value of the people attached with the loftier aspects of life. It gives me immense pleasure to see a drive for such valued activities in our province, and I would like to congratulate the organizers of the Quetta Literary Festival, most importantly, the administration, faculty, and organizers at Butums for bringing the tradition in this historic city of Quetta. The Literary Festival is an opportunity to celebrate thought and wisdom emanating from the ultra-rich intellectual terrain of Balochistan and use the same for promoting lasting peace and development in the area. For me personally, it is more than heartening to be a part of the proceedings today and to be enjoying the honor to be listening to some of the vanguard names in the literary domain. The Quetta Literary Festival is undoubtedly an event of its kind on burgeoning academic and aesthetic map of Balochistan and indeed the whole country. Although in terms of recent history, this trend to celebrate art and culture seems like a novel idea, but historically and prehistorically, Balochistan finds its ties with the festive tendencies toward finer elements that make life worth living. I am referring to the beautiful traditions of Balochi Hal, Pashto Nujras, the traditions of folk tales and their narrations, the color infusion and artistic pattern in piece of clothing and even household items, and the beautiful music produced in the province. The prehistoric tradition of carving and composing pictographic messages on clay slabs and utensils from the Mehrgad civilization hold testimony that appreciation of art and beauty is a part of human nature. Hence, in a way, the festival held at Butums today is an echo of what we know through our genetic connection to the land and its rich soil. I am also overwhelmed to see innumerable young students, mature academics, and lovers of knowledge and dialogue having gathered here and absorbed in the myriad of lectures and activities being conducted under the ambit of Quetta Literary Festival. Of course, what could be more uplifting than observing the residents of this land engage with festivals like this one, where the focus is on development of a compassionate heart and mind at peace with itself and with others around. That and that alone is the magic trick I strive towards the progress in peace. I would like to congratulate and thank the people working behind creating such a beautiful event, and I particularly thank Mr. Ahmed Farooq Bazai for searching such gems out of this soil. Thank you. I have heard that the students, faculty, and administration of Butums have been working day and night to make this occasion possible. If anything can genuine hope in these hard times for people like us. It is exactly these young men and women who have morphed the concept that the Quetta Literary Festival was into the festival that it is today. I appreciate the support coming from corporate, government, and social community in the city and beyond. Their contribution to the whole city literary festival infrastructure is worthy of praise and gratitude. We hope they will continue offering us much needed helping hand in times to come when we arrange more activities of this sort for the mental growth and general employment of our people. I wish you all a memorable Quetta Literary Festival and hope you enjoy everything and offer in this festival. Thank you, Pakistan, Paindabad.
I would like to request our Vice Chancellor, Ahmed Farooq Bazai Sitara Imtiaz, to present the souvenir on behalf of Quetta Literary Festival. Mr. George Fulton. Mr. Fulton did a very popular series on Geo Network that was George Ka Pakistan. I'm sure you all remember him from that. Nowadays, he calls himself Desi George, and he's on YouTube, and he's working as a producer.
Assalamu alaikum. Apologies, मेरा बलोची बहुत ख़राब है, मेरा पश्तो बहुत ख़राब है और मेरा उर्दू बहुत ख़राब है. So, just to tell you how bad my Urdu is, I once got very angry with a motorcyclist on the road. He cut me up on the road. And I got really angry and I wanted to do a gali to him in Urdu. And in my mind, I was thinking, Ulu kapata, you know? And I wound down the window, and with full rage at his bad driving, I said, Alu kaparata. So just to tell you how bad my Urdu is, I'm going to speak in English. But thank you very much for inviting me here today. I think this is a wonderful endeavor for the cultural life of Quetta and Balochistan and for Pakistan. We've seen festivals like this in Lahore, Islamabad, and Karachi, and it is so positive to see Balochistan joining those ranks. And I think the seed that was planted last year is now growing into a full tree. So this is a fantastic endeavor. I think there's a saying, I think it's a Chinese saying, may we live in interesting times. We are living in interesting times in Pakistan, in the world. We're seeing the rise of nationalism in the West. We are going through our own changes in Pakistan. Our neighbors to the east is going through their own changes. And I think it's important now more than ever to have dialogues, have debates, have that intellectual discourse about the issues that are affecting us and our society. And this is just a wonderful opportunity, and I look forward to the next 2 days, and I'm so grateful to AXA and all the team for inviting me and for having this event. So thank you very much. Bahut shukriya.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fulton. I hope you enjoy your stay here. We have another very well-known face in the crowd, and I'd like to invite him to say a few words, Mr. Ayub Khoso.
Assalamu alaikum. I would like to say something in English. Okay, my English is very bad, so I would like to talk in Urdu. Ladies and gentlemen और dear students, मैं बिल्कुल मेंटली तौर पे तैयार नहीं था तकरीर के लिए, लेकिन मुझे कहा गया कि आपने कुछ जाके कहना है. मैं सिर्फ ये कहूँगा क्वेटा के लिए और बलूचिस्तान के लिए کہ تھرو آؤٹ دی ایئرز جب ہم گرامر اسکول میں تھے، گورنر صاحب بھی اس بات کے گواہ ہے کہ ہم نے بڑی ایز این انڈیویجول بھی بڑی محنت کی، بڑی اسٹرگل کی، اور اس کے بعد پھر جب ہمارے پاس پاکستان ٹیلی ویژن آیا تو ہمارے پاس ایز سچ اکیڈمیز نہیں تھیں، ہمارے پاس یونیورسٹیز اس طرح کی نہیں تھی جہاں پہ کوئی فلم کے حوالے سے کوئی بات کی جا سکے یا اس کے متعلق کوئی آپ کے پاس علم ہو یا آپ کے پاس کوئی وہ نالج ہو. ہمارے پاس ایز سچ کچھ بھی نہیں تھا، لیکن ہمارے پاس وہ ٹیچرز تھے جو کہ فلم کو جانتے تھے، جو کہ ٹیلی ویژن کو جانتے تھے، جو کہ لاہور سے، کراچی سے، اسلام آباد سے ہمارے پاس یہاں پہ کوئٹہ میں آئے. تب ہماری اردو بھی بہت ہی اچھی نہیں تھی. جب ہم بات کرتے تھے تو اگلے کہتے تھے کہ جناب آپ کون سی اردو بول رہے ہیں. تو ہم نے بڑی کوشش کی، بڑی اسٹرگل کی. اپ ٹل ناؤ ابھی بھی ہمارے ساتھ یہی ہے کہ آپ کیسے ایکٹنگ کرتے ہیں، آپ کس طرح سے ڈائریکشنز دیتے ہیں، آپ کس طرح کا کام کرتے ہیں، آپ لوگ کس دنیا میں رہتے ہیں. تو ہم نے اپنے آپ کو منوایا، کوئٹہ نے اپنے آپ کو منوایا، بلوچستان نے اپنے آپ کو منوایا تھرو آؤٹ پورے پاکستان. لیکن اب ہمارے پاس ماشاءاللہ جس یونیورسٹی میں اس وقت میں موجود ہوں اور پورے بلوچستان میں جس طرح سے اسٹوڈنٹس اس فیلڈ سے آگے آ رہے ہیں اور جتنا نالج ان کے پاس ہے، اب ہم سمجھتے ہیں، اب ہم چاہتے ہیں کہ ہماری اس طرح کی یونیورسٹی میں کوئی ایک شارٹ کورس 6 مہینے کا، 1 سال کا ہمارے لیے بھی ہونا چاہیے. سو آئی ایم گلیڈ، مجھے بڑی خوشی ہو رہی ہے کہ میں یہاں پہ موجود ہوں، اور بیوٹمز نے وہ کر دکھایا ہے کہ جو کہ پورے پاکستان کے لیے ایک روشن مثال ہے. اللہ کرے کہ یہ جو سلسلہ ہے اسی طرح سے جاری ساری رہے. لیکن میں کچھ گزارش، کیونکہ گورنر صاحب پہ موجود ہیں، میں ان سے یہ گوش گزار کرنا چاہوں گا کہ ہمارے پاس ایک ادارہ ہے جس کا نام ہے پاکستان ٹیلی ویژن، PTV، جو کہ بہت عرصے سے یہاں پہ کوئی کام نہیں کر رہا. یہاں پہ ان کے امپلائیز تو ہیں، لوگ تو موجود ہیں، لیکن یہاں سے کوئی پلیز، کوئی ڈراماز، کوئی اس طرح کی چیز نہیں ہو رہی. میں صرف یہ گزارش کروں گا کہ یہاں پہ جو ہمارے جو اسٹوڈنٹس نکل رہے ہیں، جو ڈائریکشنز پڑھ کے آ رہے ہیں، جو لکھ کے آ رہے ہیں، جو ایکٹنگ سیکھ رہے ہیں، ان کے لیے کوئی ایک موقع یہاں پہ فراہم کیا جائے پاکستان ٹیلی ویژن میں ہی. ان کو ان کا لکھا ہوا وہاں پہ پیش کیا جائے، ان کی ایکٹنگ وہاں پہ دکھائی جائے اور ان کی ڈائریکشن وہاں پہ دکھائی جائے. میں صرف یہ گزارش کروں گا کہ اس لیول پہ اگر کوئی بات جائے گی پاکستان کے وہاں تک، وزارت تک، یا پاکستان کی جو سینٹرل گورنمنٹ ہے وہاں تک کوئی بات جائے گی، تو میرا خیال ہے کہ پاکستان ٹیلی ویژن کے دروازے یا ریڈیو پاکستان کے دروازے ان اسٹوڈنٹس کے لیے کھل جائیں گے. ونس اگین سر، تھینک یو ویری مچ.
Looks like Fasi Zaka Saab couldn't make it. He wasn't feeling very well last night. I hope that he's going to join us later today. Until then, I would like to invite Ms. Noor Nasreen and Mr. George Fulton to come on the stage and start the first session.